In this video, I'm walking you through my beginner's guide to tracking your SEO performance. Let's do it! Welcome to the Tricycle Creative YouTube channel, where I help creative business owners with digital marketing and business growth videos. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So one thing I want to start off here, there is an accompanying piece to this video, and it's our blog post that we put together on this very subject, the beginner's guide to tracking your SEO performance. It's in the description. You can click on that link and you can read more about each one of these kind of data categories and why these are the ones that you're going to want to be tracking. And the thing I want to start with there is, I mentioned this in the blog post. What I want to do is to start simply. That's my jam, right? Training wheels called Tricycle Creative. It's the digital marketing training wheels. So this is not meant to be the exhaustive, the comprehensive list. But if you're just getting started with SEO, these are the 5 data categories that you can begin to track to start to get a better handle and understanding on your SEO strategies. So let's jump in to the first one. So the first data category we're going to look at is new organic users. And we're going to look at that inside of Google Analytics. Again, the two platforms I'm going to be talking about today, Google Analytics and Google Search Console. Both are free. They are offered by Google, and they will be able to give you the information that you need to start to track this SEO information, your SEO efforts. Start to get that kind of initial foothold, if you will, on how you're doing with SEO. So when we're talking about new organic users, I am using Google Analytics, I guess what they call Classic. They have a new updated one, Google Analytics 4. Listen, if I'm going to show it here, there's a million different configurations of things. So you similarly do a YouTube search for how to find this data inside Google Analytics 4. But again, I'm going to show you in kind of Classic Google Analytics, which I think is still kind of the standard bearer is what a lot of people are using, because Google Analytics 4 still got a little kinks they're working out. So to get to this information, you're going to want to go to Acquisition, and you're going to want to go to All Traffic. And wait a minute. And then you're going to want to go to, nope, I got it, Channels. Sorry, sometimes in my own head I got to stop and slow down. So if you scroll down here, we are again looking at new organic users. That is this category right here, new users. Okay. And if you go down in the table, you can see, and I'll sift this here. I'll make this for like, okay, let's go last month and apply. You don't have to make this any more involved than tracking this month over month in like a Google sheet. You really don't. Everyone is so intimidated and wants to do it all perfect when they first start. Like, just don't let perfection get in the way of production. All right, I say that all the time. So this can be tracked as simply as in a Google sheet. Okay, so if we look at organic search, that's what we want. That's what we're keyed in on, right? We want to know the people coming to our website from organic search, and we go over, and now we have an intersection here of new users. And that month, being last month when I did this, new users, 189 new users that came from organic search. There we go. We did it. We knocked one out. All right. Now let's look at the second super simple, easy data category that you can look at to help you start to gauge and understand your SEO success. All right, the second data category that you're going to look at when you're just getting started and want to understand and track your SEO progress of your website is organic search traffic itself. Now, you can do this, again, inside of Google Analytics. We're already pretty close. We're in like the neighborhood of getting this data. Now, one way you can do this, and I think maybe, again, just getting started, the easiest way to do it is just by percentage, if you like. Right? You don't, again, need to super overthink this stuff. So if you're in Google Analytics, you're going to want to stay in acquisition, and let's just tap on overview. And that will bring up this. And so now you'll see organic search is green. And if you hover over it, or actually you don't even need to hover over it, it tells you the percentage. I'll leave it up to you if you want to round up or not. But we're looking at, for this particular time period, the same time period we were looking at before, a organic search percentage of traffic was 29.7%. Okay? So super simple, right? We've just knocked out 2 of the 5 and we maybe did like 6 clicks. Okay? All right. Let's keep moving. And again, a friendly reminder, if you like this, if you're getting value out of this video, please remember, like, comment, and subscribe. On we go. So for our third data category, when it comes to getting started with tracking your SEO performance, we've jumped over now and we're in Google Search Console. Again, another free tool that you can use. And here's the difference, and I think this is important to point out, the difference real quick between Analytics and Search Console. Google Analytics gives you the information about the people when they get to your site, kind of where they came from, and then what primarily they're doing on your website, right? Search Console tells you exclusively just what's happening with your website on Google. So what are the types of queries, the data, the information that is linking people out, that's getting people to your website directly from Google? Now, there is some slight overlap because they're both Google products, but that's an important differentiation to know the difference between Search Console and Google Analytics. So let's jump back in here. And this one is a combo. I'm giving you almost like a 2-for-1 when we look at the number 3 kind of area when it comes to looking at your SEO performance. And we want to look at search clicks and impressions. So when we first log in, and we're going to want to go to right here, search results under performance. And by default, I have clicked, and you can click these on or off. You can toggle these on or off. Oh, you can't toggle it off because that would mean there's nothing there. So total clicks and impressions. So what's the difference between a click and an impression? I'm glad you asked. A click is just that. When someone clicks something and they click, it's a link, it's something from your website on Google search that lands them to your or on your website or something from your website. They click on something there. Okay. An impression is when your website just comes up and appears in search. Okay. It may not be clicked on, but it appears. And if you hover over, if we go over here, if you want that kind of clarity, you can hover over these question marks and it does give you kind of the definitions, right? So this is where month over month, again, this is looking at the last 3 months. Let's keep apples to apples. And, here I will do, what month are we in? Here we go. Let's do, and here we go. Okay. So this is where, again, if you're keeping that super simple Google sheet and you have these categories that we're going through and then you have the months. All right. How many total clicks and how many impressions did you get in that particular month? Make sense? It's easy, right? Yeah, I thought you'd find this pretty easy. Okay. Let's keep moving because I got 2 more things to share with you, 2 more categories of data that can help you when you are just getting started of tracking your SEO performance. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is actually top pages as it relates to Google. So we're still going to stay inside Google Search Console and we're going to look at what are the top pages that are coming up that are, driving traffic from Google search to your website. And when I say that, this is obviously the top pages on your own website. So when people are putting something into Google search and they end up on your website, we're looking at the top pages that they're landing on. Okay. And you can sort this by clicks or impressions. If you do want to track this, one thing I guess you could certainly do is, track your top 10, or, just go through your top 10 with your team or just yourself for your own, understanding. For a while back, I did a blog post, and you'll see this here. It's my top post about Instagram stickers and music inside of it. And how, frankly, it's crazy annoying that if you have a business account on Instagram, you can't use like legit music in your stories or in your reels. I mean, can we talk about how freaking annoying it is? Because the stock music they give you is total garbaggio. And I worked in the music industry. I totally get this is all related to royalties, and that artists, they don't really want you, if you are a crappy brand or a crappy person or a crappy business, like putting their music with what you're doing when it comes to your business, right? They don't want to feel like, or be any question be brought up that, hey, are you supporting this business that is really shitty because they use your music in their reel? They don't want to deal with that, okay? But still, it's just so annoying. Because it's like there's nothing on the business side. I love me music. I love the intersection of music in my business, but I just can't use any of it. Okay, anyways. Back to SEO. Okay. Anyways, that post, highly trafficked, talking about that. Then for me, another post I did is a book report on this book called What the Heck is EOS? It's called the Entrepreneurial Operating System, right? And so when you're looking at this, it's important to kind of take that next step and try to understand, or dig deep. It's like, why are people clicking on this? And what can I even do to replicate it? Replicate that success? Or what can I do to take advantage of that traffic? So you may want to put a different or a very specific call to action or a sign up or something else, or build out that post even more, right? So these are just some ideas when it comes to looking at the top pages of your website. Now the number 5, the last thing I'm going to go through if you're just getting started with tracking your creative business's SEO is keyword ranking, kind of. So here's the thing. There are a ton of SEO tools on the market that do any number of different things. SEMrush, Ahrefs. I mean, I can't even sit here and name them all. There are probably thousands. And they all do varying different things. A lot of them do the same things, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, what is not available in Google Search Console, which is free, because I wanted to present to you the free options, is true kind of keyword tracking. So what you can do is you can still look at how you are ranking inside of here, right? And to do that, you can toggle on this box right here, average position. And so you'll see the bars that you can uncheck this, so you can only just look at one. If we just uncheck that, look at it over time. And then what you can do is you can look at where, when it comes to queries, so these are the top queries. So when people search, that's landing them on my site. I'm going to add in clicks here. Okay. And when people search this particular article, on average, I'm coming up in the 3rd position, the 3rd spot. It's really good, right? You can also look at pages with this data, and you can understand, and you can even sort by position, right? So you can toggle this on and off. You can look at this. And the same type, you're going to want to do the same type of exercise I was talking about when it comes to top pages, right? When you look at these queries and you look at the related position, do those line up strategically with what your business is doing? And if not, okay, how do you then edit those posts? Do you remove those pages? Do you update those pages? Do you add new pages so that you can try to, rank for certain keywords better? Now, this video was not meant to be a complete, exhaustive walkthrough of SEO, okay? So by no means am I, we're breaking down every single thing of SEO. There are entire channels, there are hours and hours, there's years of content. Like, it's crazy, right? This was just intended to help you, the creative business owner, get started, dip your toe in to tracking your SEO progress, what you're doing, that kind of thing. The idea here, much like Tricycle Creative, is the training wheels. If you do this for a quarter, for 6 months, and then you decide, I really want to invest in SEO, and you hire someone, maybe me, maybe Tricycle Creative, maybe someone else. At the very least, you're going to be coming in with a slate of information to be able to better collaborate and communicate with that person that you hire, or to better inform your own efforts. So once again, if you are a creative business owner and you found this video helpful or informative, or maybe even weirdly enough educational, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.